Hi, my name is Nafiah. Today I'm going to tell you a story about how the night of March 17, 2021 changed my life for the better.
This incident involves a horrendous act that was committed, and the perpetrator is urged to surrender.
This heinous act to turn yourself in.
The events took place in the United States on March 17th, 2021. Nafiah Ikram, a 21-year-old woman residing in Long Island, was a student at Hofstra University, studying medicine. She also worked as a pharmacy technician. On the evening of March 17th, after completing a long shift at work, Nafiah returned home with her mother around 7:40 p.m. While her mother entered the house, Nafiah remained outside to retrieve some food from the car's back seat. It was during this time that she noticed a hooded man standing in the darkness, which made her feel uneasy. After grabbing what she needed, Nafiah started walking towards her home, but the hooded man suddenly began running towards her. She later expressed her fear, saying, "I heard footsteps behind me. I got scared that someone was going to grab me." The man ran across her lawn and poured a dark-colored substance on her face. The footage was taken by a neighbor's security camera. Nafiah reported seeing a person wearing gloves holding a white foam cup, which was splashed onto her face within 2 seconds. She screamed as the liquid entered her mouth and throat, causing immense pain. The perpetrator quickly retreated, got into a car, and drove away. Initially confused, Nafiah soon began experiencing a burning sensation from the liquid, which turned out to be battery acid. In excruciating pain, she rushed into her house, where her mother, who was a nurse practitioner, guided her to the bathroom and placed her in the tub. Nafiah's parents immediately poured cold water on her burns while awaiting emergency services. Some of the acid had entered her mouth, causing burns to her esophagus and tongue, and a substantial amount had also affected her right eye, where the acid had melted her contact lenses. Nafiah described the pain as worse than death and struggled to breathe. Fortunately, paramedics arrived quickly and provided her with oxygen to aid her breathing. She was rushed to the hospital, where medical staff began treating her burns. Due to the melted contact lens in her eye, doctors had to remove it before washing away the acid. Nafiah suffered severe first- and second-degree burns to her face, right eye, and arms. Unfortunately, she lost vision in her damaged eye. However, she remained optimistic, as she still had one healthy eye. The damage to her throat made it impossible for her to consume solid food for a period of time, as her esophagus had lost its flexibility. The extent of her injuries is severe, and graphic images showcasing the healing process can be found online or on her GoFundMe page, where updates were posted by those close to Nafiah. She expressed her constant pain, stating, "Honestly, I'm always in pain, and my brain has kind of gotten used to that." She couldn't even recall what it felt like to be normal anymore. Nafiah also suffered from nightmares, recovering from severe burns while haunted by the unknown. She questioned why someone would want to harm her in such a brutal manner, saying, "I was just living my life, minding my business. What could have provoked someone to do this to me? What could have made them so angry? I don't know, but this is just inhumane. I've never had issues where I rejected someone and they wanted to hurt me." Authorities began their investigation, searching through Nafiah's social media accounts, text messages, and other sources in hopes of finding a potential motive or suspect. However, they failed to uncover any leads. The perpetrator seemed well aware of the damage that would be caused by the acid attack, wearing protective gloves to avoid personal injury. Despite months passing since the incident, the police still haven't identified the person responsible for the attack. Nafiah has undergone multiple surgeries, with many more expected in the future for reconstructive purposes. However, she continues to face daily struggles. At 23 years old, she has lost vision in one eye, can't drive, and has difficulty fully opening her mouth to eat. 2 years have gone by, yet the suspect remains at large, leaving Nafiah and her family in search of justice. The attacker, along with any alleged accomplices, are still free. The description provided states that the suspect is approximately 6 feet and 2 inches tall, with a skinny build, and was wearing a black sweatshirt with a hood. They fled the scene in a red 2013 to 2015 Nissan Altima, with a focus on the vehicle's height. There may be someone out there who knows what happened, or at least suspects something. If you have any information regarding the attack on Nafiah, or suspect you know the responsible party, the contact details are provided in the comments, along with her GoFundMe page for those who wish to offer financial support. Considering the extensive surgeries and medications she requires, the expenses will undoubtedly be substantial. Nafiah's father believes that the authorities should allocate more resources to investigate their case. Although Nafiah is of Pakistani heritage, her father doesn't believe the attack was racially motivated because it appeared that the attacker specifically targeted Nafiah and not his wife. He believes the perpetrator is someone known to Nafiah. She also shares her disappointment in how the police handled the case, mentioning that despite going through her messages, no significant leads were found. She stated, "We don't want this to happen to anybody else's child." The fact that the attacker remains unidentified has left not only Nafiah but also her family, friends, community, and neighbors living in fear. People in the vicinity have become cautious, locking their doors as a precaution. Acid attacks are a distressing global issue, with approximately 1,500 recorded cases annually, 80% of which involve female victims. These attacks cause instant, permanent, and lifelong suffering. They lead to extreme anxiety, depression, infections, chronic pain, post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and various other physical and psychological issues. In some cases, victims have lost their lives. Nafiah's case is undoubtedly tragic, but she remains an incredibly inspiring individual. She aspires to transform this horrific event into something positive. Nafiah expressed her determination, saying, "I want to help other people. They wanted to make me miserable and hate myself. Well, you've lost. That's my message because I'm not going to let them win. It's not about what's on the outside, it's about what's on the inside." Despite her injuries, she sees the beauty within herself when she looks in the mirror at night. Nafiah hopes to resume her studies and become a doctor, all while refusing to let the attackers instill fear in her.